You cross Huron with him. You then cross First Street with him. You're there talking, and then he just decides to punch you in the face. There is nothing, unless you want to tell me something where you had some weapon pointed at his head that gives him justification to do that.
Anticipated and amended information at a later date. At this time, we would waive the reading on the record, and my client wishes to stay on mute and to also have an opportunity to address bond.
Defendant in every way, form, reading, standing mute as to all three charges. Court will enter that plea. Pretrial in this matter will be set
September 9th at 1:30 before Judge Slay Monday.
September 9th.
Yes.
September 9th, 2024, 1:30, Judge Slay Monday?
Yes.
Slay Monday. Sorry. As to bond.
She had written several emails to our office that I have provided to Ms. Barroso.
You said she's here?
She is here.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
In terms of the things that she's indicated in the documentation and has said to me directly, she says that these are exaggerated claims. She does not consider herself to have been assaulted. She says that night I was extremely intoxicated, upset and emotional over their domestic dispute and argument, and I was not when he continuously asked for me to leave him alone, get away from him, and to stop touching and pulling on him. I continued anyways and invaded him, which led to him simply pushing me away from him because I was not respecting his statements to leave him alone and stop touching and pulling on him. She says that she continuously explained this to the officers and that she fell. That was all. She also goes on to say, Joseph and I have known each other for at least 4 years and started our romantic relationship in the fall of 2023. Although the romantic relationship was very, we know each other very well from our years of friendship. We have a very healthy and great relationship, as she goes on to say. And aside from this one night where I drank extremely too much, this was simply a domestic dispute that is being made into something it wasn't by the prosecuting office. Your Honor, I don't know if you would want to hear further from her, but we would ask that the court consider reducing his bond to $10,000, 10% bond, or in the alternative, no non-consensual contact, including his phone privileges be reinstated.
Response.
Your Honor, the defendant is currently serving time for contempt with an estimated release date here, December 6th of 2024. So I don't think he's getting out before then, regardless of what his bond is in this case. That being said, when this occurred, he was on bond for FA, DB third, and drug charges. So I'm concerned about any reduction in bond in that regard. As far as the no contact in this case,
Excuse me one moment. Where's the contempt coming out of?
here.
Here. That's what I thought. Yes. Okay, go ahead.
This is a reauthorization. The prior case, Ms. Hansen did not appear at exam and we were not in possession of the surveillance video. So we reauthorized it once we were in receipt of the surveillance video and we were able to proceed without her. I do want to note the reason his phone privileges are revoked is because before this case was reauthorized, he had contacted the victim in violation of the no contact order 205 times. So I do not think that modifying the no contact order is appropriate in this case.
Thank you. Anything else, Ms. Gaines?
Sorry, yeah, one more.
Okay.
Mr. Taylor is indicating that in addition that he does also have children. One of his adult children is expecting, that the loss of phone privileges has not allowed him to have contact with her, his daughter, is that right? As well as his other children. He's also, it is also my understanding from reviewing the previous file, that Ms. Hanson contacted our office and indicated that she was requesting that he call her, and there were no, and she had no allegations of him in any way saying anything that was harmful to her, and that she would like to have this phone contact. And she's here.
If she wants to talk to me, that's fine. I mean, I'm ready to rule either way, but if she wants to say something. Right up to the podium. Go ahead. Your name, ma'am?
Tina Hansen.
All right, go ahead. What did you want to tell me?
Regarding the phone and having those privileges back, one, children being the most important, being able to speak to the father and be involved, especially with his grandchild on the way as well. The original claim that was made that he instructed me to do certain things that the prosecution had said that was done was incorrect. And that was why I think that maybe some emotions got brought up and the contempt sentence happened with the no.
Oh, I know exactly why the contempt happened. Because
Because
he acted a fool in the court.
what the
And
prosecution
disrespectful
was-
to not me, but this
Oh, yeah.
institution. That's why he got the contempt. That's not going anywhere.
No, I'm
But
saying
go ahead.
for my the emotional standpoint, when they said that he instructed me to email them, which was false. And that had never happened. So being
But
able,
ma'am, even if it had,
even if it had,
he
it still
should
wouldn't.
have told his attorney and not acted that way
Oh,
in
absolutely.
this court.
Yes,
It's
no,
really as simple as that.
I'm not saying what was done was right at all by any means. I think that I would hope that he's learned his lesson from that, and to simply at least be able to talk to his children in the meantime, to at least have some sort of sanity during this process, and for them to be able to be a part of their dad's lives, even though they can't see him, is, I guess, my argument for trying to see if there's any consideration for that to happen.
So you're only up here to talk to me about the phone.
I could talk to you about everything if you wanted to.
Well, I don't know that you want to, ma'am, because I mean, if what Ms. Gaines read to me was your rendition of what occurred that night.
There was more that occurred that night that wasn't on video of me instigating and pulling, pushing.
Ma'am, I'm going to tell you what, and I really, people who are victims and survivors of I don't like to interrupt it, and I'd be more than happy to hear from you. But I'm going to tell you, it was real clear to me. I wouldn't care what you did. There was no reason for him ever to lay hands on you in that bar and push you. This is video one.
Correct.
Never an excuse. I don't care what you did. And then once he's separated and people are trying to, I'm watching the security officers try to calm him down. And he's like some caged animal walking around with reference to you. I then see you come through the security because they talked to you before you did. He goes up to you. If you want to say he
Because they wouldn't
invaded,
let you
hold
go.
on a second. If you want to say you invaded his space, he had every opportunity to turn and leave. And instead, he pushes you. Now, ma'am, and please let me finish, because at that point, he could have been left. He could have extracted himself out of that situation.
She tried.
No, he did not. Because I watched the two of you as you crossed Huron, you're talking to each other. It doesn't, and you know what, ma'am? And I don't like it where particularly women get up here and they start saying, I said something, I did this, I did that. You cross Huron with him. You then cross First Street with him. You're there talking, and then he just decides to punch you in the face. There is nothing, unless you want to tell me something where you had some weapon pointed at his head that gives him justification to do that. I've had my say, so I will let you speak.
There is more to it. I understand where you're coming from, and you're seeing it a different way than I clearly lived through it and remember it very vividly. And I even told the police officers that night exactly what happened. I was never hit. The injury that they're
Ma'am, I'm watching your face. I'm watching your face go down.
No, my whole body went down. I tripped. I was all over the place, Your Honor. I literally fell in the bathroom when I went to go throw up and busted my face on the toilet, but there's no cameras in there for that. I was extremely intoxicated. And as he's leaving, I'm following him.
Ma'am, are you telling me that on the corner of First and Huron, the last part of the video I see,
there's not a hit.
I didn't see. Hold on. That he didn't swing at you?
Nope.
Oh, for God's sake.
I did not see that.
Okay, go ahead.
That's it, Your Honor. Thank you.
You may have a seat. Anything else from either side?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else from the defense?
No, I have nothing further in terms of bond. I did want to say that Mr. Taylor did express great regret for previously in court, and I had forgotten to say that earlier. And he understands exactly why he has this.
And all I can say to you, Ms. Hanson, is God bless you. Because I'm going to be absolutely honest with you. I don't care how drunk you were. I don't care how much in his grill you were and talking about whatever. I never saw you once take a swing at him. I never saw you once do anything that from that video that I could interpret as anything that was aggressive by any stretch of the imagination toward him that may even in some way give him some concept of that he was defending himself or that you were irritating him in some way so much. But it really, even if you were irritating him, the only thing that you're using is you two are actually walking together across two streets. I sat there and watched it. So I don't know what video you're looking at to come to the determination that you tell me. And ma'am, again,
I'm not here to yell at any victim or survivor of any offense, but I'm here certainly to put forth the reality of what I saw on that video. And he pushed you in the bar. You're trying to get up. He pushes you. So security has to get in between. They try to separate him, and he's still doing that. And then he tries to go after somebody else that's there. And then finally they get him outside, and he still won't just calm down. And what's clear to me, ma'am, is after security's dealt with it, I think you're trying to get him to calm down, to do whatever you can to just alleviate the circumstance. And what's he do? He just pushes you against the building. I mean, not just push you against a building. I mean, he shoved you into a building and you go down. Then at some point, you guys are walking. You're walking. You wait to cross the street twice. There is no contact at that point. Apparently, the two of you are talking. If he wanted to get away from you, he could have gotten away from you. And then you get to the other side, which is kitty corner from live bar. You're standing there. And ma'am, if you want to tell me he didn't hit you, then fine. You can tell me that. I know what I saw. I know what I saw from the time he took the swing to then what your reaction is. You didn't trip. And, you know, like I said, God bless you, God help you. When a man raises his hand to you, you don't have to give him an excuse. He's just wrong. That's how it works. I don't believe, and I'm not going to reduce the defendant's bond. In fact, given what I've seen, I think that the defendant's bond isn't high enough. Given his conduct in this court and what I saw on that video, his bond is raised to $250,000 cash surety. I am not reinstating his phone privileges. And at this moment in time, unless the PD wants to file a motion, he's going to serve out his contempt. Defendant is, that's it. Thank you. I don't know what we're doing on yours. You probably do not want to talk to me right now, Mr. Bernstein. The court's going to stand in recess.
All rise.